Welcome back to the Football Don't Lie podcast. We are back doing the recaps, week 9 recap, week 10 preview. As we always do it, we're going to start off with Thursday night football, Eagles versus Texans. I think we all had the Eagles, pretty straightforward, but the Texans actually kept it very close in the first half. It was actually a tie game at halftime, but the Eagles kind of, off of a couple of interceptions from Davis Mills, they took the game away at the end.
Yeah, not surprising. We all picked the Eagles, but I told you Dameon Pierce was going to have a monster game. Just went absolutely wild, but unfortunately his team still sucks. Davis Mills understands the assignment of tanking, and the Texans did what they needed to do, tanked, and they covered the spread somehow. So, but good win for the Eagles, but it was kind of expected. The bigger game for Philadelphia was happening in Philadelphia, where the Phillies choked 3 games in a row. Freaking, oh my God. I'm not going to get over that.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to tell you, I'm not very optimistic on the Eagles just yet because I haven't seen them beat a real team. Even against the worst team in the NFL, they struggled a bit on prime time. But this team is the NFC does really not have many competitors in it. So it's looking like the Eagles are going to be coming out of this conference, but yeah, they're looking like they could still go a long way with their undefeated season.
Yeah, not surprising at all. And then obviously we got to talk about who they play. I think if I'm not mistaken, the Texans. No, they both play. The Eagles actually play on Monday night against the Commanders. Another very easy win for them, I think. Although the Commanders kept it close against the Vikings, I think the Eagles will beat them pretty easily.
I agree. I'm going to take the Eagles to beat the Commanders. Should be a pretty good win for them. But honestly, I want to talk about the Commanders in a little bit. But good win for the. I think the Eagles will easily beat the Commanders on Monday night, and I think the Texans play the.
They play the Giants.
The Giants.
Yeah, they do. The Giants are going to mollywop them. Saquon Barkley might just have 200 yards. So
I'm going to take the Giants over the Texans. I agree. I think Saquon should have a career day. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Commanders to beat the Eagles for their first loss this season. It makes sense. Monday night, the game's in Washington, division rival. It's too much of a storyline for me to take the Eagles in this one. I'm awaiting their first loss. It needs to happen soon for the Dolphins to keep their season. But I'm hoping that this is the week. Give me the Commanders on Monday night.
Yeah, I don't see that happening at all. I think the Eagles are going to win pretty easily. I like the Giants too. The Giants should also breeze through the Texans at home. Let's just go ahead and talk about the. We'll talk about this Thursday night game, which is tomorrow. Carolina versus Atlanta. Probably going to have a grand total of 10 viewers watching the game. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this game. It's just gonna be another shootout like last time probably. Although Carolina's defense has been very good, but Atlanta almost beat the Chargers, and Carolina got their asses kicked like crazy by Joe Mixon. I'm not even gonna say the Bengals. I'm gonna say Joe Mixon, and yeah, I mean any Cordero owners, which is myself, I'm expecting Cordero to have a big game, and I'm expecting the Falcons to beat the Panthers, which is probably what Tejas was hoping for anyway, the Panthers to lose. But I'm taking the Falcons.
I'm hoping for the Panthers to lose. I've seen the light. Okay, I've seen it all. But I actually think the Panthers are going to win on Thursday. I think this is one of the rare games that we win this season. It's going to be one of the last games that we win this season. I'm still going to pick them because I'm a loyal fan. But I honestly think we can win. And this team might win just because of the what's on the line. They're bringing out the new helmets, all black. I don't know. Just something weird is going to happen on Thursday night. It usually does on a short week. You see players, that you don't typically expect. Someone that you don't expect to make plays down the stretch and win you games. And for me, I think that's Terrace Marshall. We don't really expect much from Terrace Marshall, so I think it's a big game. And I think the Panthers win. I know it sounds really weird to say that, but I think they win, and it's going to be one of their last wins of the season.
Yeah, I'm low-key a big fan of the Panthers helmets that they're debuting tomorrow night, but I don't think that's going to change anything. I'm going to take the Falcons to win. The Falcons offense has not looked that bad. The defense has looked pretty bad, which is the reason why they have the record that they have. But we know what the Panthers are trying to do. They're going for a top pick in the 23 draft. I don't think the Falcons should have much trouble, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons kept it competitive or even pulled out a win by a little bit.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be one of the people tuning into this game because I have 4 players on my fucking team in this game. I have 2 Falcons and 2 Panthers. So like more than half of my team is in this game. So I would be avidly. I'm probably gonna like watch this like even more intently than I would be watching the Lions. Like I need this game to go well. So
You'd be surprised.
but I have
man.
the Falcons.
You'd be surprised. The Panthers fan base is actually pretty larger than you think. Okay, so I think it'll be a pretty.
But I was just talking about like I know fans will. I'm talking about like regular like neutrals.
Neutrals. I mean, a lot of neutrals could be watching. Like, you know, I think it'll be a fun, especially since the 34-37 game the other night.
Oh,
the
true.
other week.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe we could get a little bit more viewership, but we'll see. But you know, I think this Panther season's pretty much over. Tomorrow will be one of their last wins of the season and tank to the first pick, which shall be CJ Stroud. I've made my decision. I think Stroud is a little bit bigger, and I think he can. He and Bryce have a similar arm strength, and like arm talent, but I think CJ because of his size and he's got a little bit of mobility as well. I think he would be the best fit quarterback.
Yep. All I need is a Foreman touchdown, a Pitts touchdown, a Patterson touchdown, and a Terrace Marshall touchdown. Just one touchdown from all 4 of those players, and I'll be good. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the Falcons because they played the Chargers, obviously. And the Chargers, another very close game for them, but they were able to pull it out at the end. Yeah, I mean, it was a 3-point game. The kicker, what was his name? Was it Dicker, the kicker or some shit?
Yeah, Dicker.
Yeah, yeah, he won them the game. I'm not like impressed by this win at all by the Chargers. Like, I think they've been pretty disappointing this season. Even though they're 5-3, a lot of those games have been very close, a lot closer than I think they should have been. And I don't even know who they play next week. They played the Niners. They played the Niners on Sunday night
football.
At San Francisco. I'm taking the Niners.
I'm going to take the Chargers in an upset, I think. I haven't checked the spread yet, but I'm pretty sure the 49ers are favorite. I'm going to take the Chargers in an upset on Sunday Night Football to get the job done. I don't think Mike Williams will be playing. Yeah, the Chargers are 7-point underdogs.
Wait, is Keenan Allen playing?
I think Keenan Allen. I think he's going to try.
Playing. He's going to try, but it doesn't matter in my opinion. I think the Chargers
should probably start done. Josh Palmer. Look,
Jimmy Garoppolo is going to fall center stage and fall on his face on Sunday Night Football. McCaffrey will carry, but it doesn't matter.
The Niners are getting a bunch of players back. That's why I'm picking them too.
It doesn't matter in my opinion. Justin Herbert will get the job done, make a statement on Sunday Night Football. And the 49ers will lose this game.
Actually, the Chargers winning this game too. I'm not a big fan of the Niners team, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo under center. We saw what he did Sunday night against the Broncos like a couple weeks ago. Like at the start of the season, he was awful. I don't expect anything less from him. I think the Chargers are able to pull off the upset. With Keenan Allen coming back, I think they have a way bigger chance. And under Sunday night, it just feels right to take another upset.
Yeah, like I said, I took the Niners already, so I'm gonna stick with them. I like the Niners a lot. Like I have the Niners. Like we did our picks and shit. Like I'm pretty sure I had the Niners in my Super Bowl. Like that's how high I am on this team. I know like the QB position is a little bit obviously questionable, but they literally have like every other piece. So I'm very high on this team. So I'm taking them. And then Carolina obviously got whooped by Cincinnati. Joe Mixon had 56 points for my team. And they absolutely went crazy. Um, they were doing the snowman celebration when it was like 70-degree weather in Cincinnati. The snow angel celebration. I don't think they play this. Yeah, they don't play this week because I have Joe Mixon's on the butt. But like any thoughts on that game as a Panthers fan?
I don't even say much other than the fact that Steve Wilkes has understood his job to lose games.
No,
Continue.
also PJ Walker didn't look good. Carolina Panthers fans were talking about.
And then I heard someone here was saying, "Oh yeah, the Panthers shouldn't draft the QB, just stick with PJ." I wonder who that was.
I was joking about that.
Yeah, okay.
Joking, right?
joking.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying Panthers fans were saying that PJ Walker is the QB of the future, and that's what they were saying.
No, they were not. What are you talking about? You mean 5-year-olds on Twitter?
I have
You mean
screenshots
5-year-olds on Twitter? Okay.
Well, they're Panthers fans.
5-year-olds on Twitter. Okay.
All right, next game. Let's talk about the Colts against the Patriots. One of us had the Colts in the playoffs, even after Matt Ryan got benched. I don't know who that was. I do know who that was, but it's not looking too good because not only did they fire their coach, they replaced him with Jeff Saturday, like it's fucking Madden franchise. They got 26 points put up on them by the Patriots. And yeah, they look like shit right now. They look terrible.
Yeah, the season's over for the Colts. I thought they would make one last ditch effort, but apparently not. So they'll be heading home. And unfortunately, freaking Titans, most fraudulent team ever, is going to make the playoffs, unfortunately. So, but the Patriots look good, man. But the offense does not look good. The defense we figured was going to be good. The offense does not look that good. But I don't think the Patriots are going to be doing anything anyways. They're in a tough division. So I would say this game says more about the Colts and how bad they are rather than the Patriots.
Honestly, the Patriots look all right. They're not going to be anything good. The offense they don't have the pieces on the offense to really go and make a run at the playoff. The defense looks good behind a great season from Jonathan Jones and Matthew Judon, who's looking like a depoy candidate right now. But
yes, put some respect on his fucking name, Hudson. Matthew Judon is the truth.
No, he's looking great for them right now. He was a steal of a signing, like 2 years ago, whatever. But the Patriots still don't have the piece. The Colts are in deep trouble. Like they're still dealing with Matt Ryan. They got to have him on the roster and still have to pay him all the money that he's owed. I think you just go full fire sale sooner or later. Obviously, sure, see what Jeff Saturday could do, but in the end, you got to bring in at the end of the season. He's gone. Bring in a new head coach and all his other coaches and stuff. Fire sale. You got to be tanking. Full rebuild for the Colts is going to be coming up soon. And this is going to be the Titans division for the next basically 5 years until the Jags and Texans.
Don't count out Jacksonville. Do not count out Jacksonville.
We also said that like 2 weeks into the season, and now they're like they haven't like.
Okay. I'm saying in the future. I'm saying in the future.
Oh yeah. Like in like the next like I don't know if they'll do much like next year. Well, I guess they get.
What did he say?
Really bad.
What did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
He said this is going to be the Titans division for the next few years. I was like, don't count out the Jaguars.
Right, because I also got to think like Tannehill's getting old too. But it's gonna be the worst division of football for a bit.
Yeah. Actually, okay. Once Tom Brady retires, it won't be the worst division of football.
Oh right, yeah. I guess NFC North or NFC South.
NFC South.
Yeah.
Bro, Josh Giddey is a freaking beast.
What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about the Colts. Yeah, the Patriots. It was expected. Sam Ellinger, I don't know what that was. And then Jeff Saturday is interesting. I think they're just tanking the season. Like they're just like, who gives a fuck at this point?
Do they have their draft pick? They do. Okay.
They do. Yeah, they have a draft. speaking of who they play next week, we have. I think the Patriots. I'm pretty sure are on the bye. But the Colts play the Raiders.
Patriots
take-
don't play this week.
Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders against the Colts. Devontae Adams looked hella good, bro. Devontae Adams showed up for me, on my team because Derek Carr actually threw him the ball. Surprising. 146 yards for 10 receptions, 2 touchdowns. He's going to dominate the Colts. Stephon Gilmore is too old.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders in this one too. Like I said, the Colts are a complete mess. I wouldn't completely put it that Devontae Adams finally showed up. I would more put it that Josh McDaniels finally got Devontae Adams to show up. You create one-on-one routes, and at that point, it's literally just a wide open play for Devontae Adams. So he was able to create that, and the Raiders with another blown game last week, just unbelievable. But I think that they should be able to win this week against the Colts.
Yeah, the Raiders are one of the most. I don't get it, man. We all thought this team was going to make the playoffs. We all thought this team was legit, and they have just fallen off a cliff. So, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. A team this offense, like, there's so much firepower in this offense, yet they're going to miss the playoffs. That's freaking crazy. They do have their first round pick though. But it's seeming that they
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because they miss on all their first round picks, anyways. So we'll see what they do. But I think they're gonna try and they should tank. They should tank. Their season's over. So, but I'm interested to see what McDaniels does.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets fired. They said something about like backing him or something. The Colts said the same thing about Frank Reich. They're gonna miss the playoffs, which is absurd. So I think something has to change there, and I think it's gonna start with the coach. Even though Derek Carr has not been looking good this season either. So, but they're gonna fire the coach before they get rid of their QB. All right, next we have the. You know what? Let's talk about Miami against Chicago. A much closer game than it should have been, in my opinion. I don't know. Miami looking suspect again. 2 teams whose records are bad, and they give up so many points to them in back-to-back weeks. Their defense looks terrible, but their offense looks good, obviously. But it's against the Bears, so does it though? Yeah, it was a good win for the Dolphins, even though. Yes, let me talk about this because I have to bring up this point. The fucking refereeing in this game. It's terrible, bro. Blown PI
That
call
should have
at
been
the end,
such
bro.
a pass interference, bro. Like,
Blown
Huddy, you can't even admit it.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, okay. Look, it was pass interference. So like at that point, like yeah. But there was a play in the fourth quarter where Xavier Howard actually got an interception, but they called some random holding call on him, which was a complete BS call. There were bad calls on both sides, but it was more so the Dolphins getting the calls. But there was a game-changing call that also went to the Bears.
The Dolphins are the first team to make Justin Fields look good. This is the best game I've ever seen Justin Fields play in the NFL. And there hasn't been too many good games for him. Yeah, he hasn't had the weapons, but like against the Dolphins, he just wasn't playing scared anymore, which is what he was doing before. So I'm very impressed by him. Again, Bradley Chubb didn't really make too much of a difference out there. We'll see what he does later on, but I think that was another overrated pickup. But Jeff Wilson did have a touchdown, so I like the Jeff Wilson pickup. But yeah,
Jeff Wilson's a beast, man. Jeff Wilson's a beast.
Wilson's really good. And the Niners kind of had to trade him because they have a ton of running backs, but Jeff Wilson's very good. But yeah, the Dolphins, there's not much to say about this game. They beat someone that they were supposed to. And unfortunately, they have another cakewalk next week as well when they play Cleveland. So, yeah, I'm going to take them against the Browns.
I'm surprised you're not taking the Dolphins against Myles Garrett.
I am taking the Dolphins.
I mean, I'm surprised you're not taking the
Oh well,
team Browns.
if they had Deshaun Watson, I'd be taking them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Dolphins as well this week. I expect this to be a high-scoring game though, because the Dolphins can't stop the run.
Oh, Nick Chubb is going for 200.
Nick Chubb is gonna have a monster game, and this also. But Tua and I think Tyreek is gonna have a big game. Tyreek is gonna have a big game. He might have. I don't know how many points, but he will have a monster game.
Tyreek versus Denzel Ward. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. But I think Tyreek will win that matchup. I'm taking the Dolphins.
I think Jalen Waddle's gonna have a huge game. I don't even think it's gonna be. I think Tyreek's gonna get bracketed.
But this is just what makes this offense so lethal, right? You have a great matchup in Tyreek Hill and Denzel Ward, which Tyreek Hill is probably going to be winning that matchup. But on the other side, you still have Jalen Waddle, who's going against, I don't even know, maybe Greg Newsome or something, I guess.
Greg
Newsome, right?
Greg Newsome or Greedy Williams?
Yeah, you're right.
He's winning those matchups. Though.
It'd probably be Greedy Williams because I think he's faster. But then you got still the running backs, Mostert, Jeff Wilson, who Jeff Wilson put on a great show. He did more than what Chase Edmonds has done all season in that one game. So it was absolutely a great trade. Actually, he was worth the 4th or 5th, whatever we gave up for him. But yeah, I'm going to take the Dolphins against the Browns. I think Tua shows that he's not just able to put up these numbers against bad defenses in the Bears and Lions games.
Should I pick up Jeff?
Who?
No, I'm not picking up Jeff Wilson.
Oh.
I was just joking because I think the Browns are actually going to do well against the run this week. I think it's going to be the passing.
Yeah, it probably will be. The Browns aren't a team that I want to take lightly because, we all picked the Bengals a couple weeks ago, and the Browns embarrassed them on Monday night. So I don't want to completely ignore them, especially with.
I don't either, but that was a divisional game. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Yeah, it makes sense on Halloween and stuff. I'm scared of Nick Chubb, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, Nick Chubb. And I think this would be never mind, they did play last week. Kareem Hunt, I was gonna say this is gonna be Kareem Hunt's first game after all the drama and shit. Well, he's played, but after all the trade shit is over because he didn't get traded. So but we're all taking the Dolphins.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Bills and the Jets. Hey man. All I can say is Sauce Gardner is the defensive rookie of the year by far. And he might be up there in defensive player of the year too if he wasn't a corner. But yeah, Josh, the big story is Josh Allen's injury. I don't know how long he's going to be out. You guys know?
They said it's just the UCL sprain, so he might be back this week.
Okay. To be honest, I don't really know what happened, bro. I mean, the Jets' defense has been very good this season, but I don't know. Josh Allen, 2 uncharacteristic picks. Didn't really get the run game going. I mean, he did have 2 rushing touchdowns, but I'm talking about with their backs. Singletary didn't really do much. Neither did James Cook. Nyheim Hines didn't play. I don't know if it was because of his physical or some shit, but he didn't play. They played Isaiah McKenzie.
He doesn't know the playbook, so.
Oh, okay. I mean, but Jeff Wilson played. He knew the playbook.
Again, maybe they simplified it for him. I don't know.
And then, yeah, apart from Diggs on a couple of big gains, receiving game wasn't there. Defense was solid, but offense got stifled.
Yeah, big win for the Jets. I didn't see this coming, but I did see a TikTok about a few hours before saying about how the Jets plus 11.5 was the play, and it was the play. So big win for the Jets. But honestly, big win for the Jets. They needed it. And that division is just loaded. And we'll see what happens. But the Bills, that's why this is why the NFL is such an amazing league. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. And maybe just one of the biggest powerhouses losing on a Sunday. So big win for the Jets to keep their playoff hopes, intact. And a big loss for the Bills because They have a big matchup coming this week against the Vikings.
I'm
Your
taking
daily
the Bills.
remind. What'd you
Oh,
say?
no. You go.
All right. Your reminder here that if Josh Allen misses this week and the Vikings beat the Bills and the Dolphins beat the Browns, your Miami Dolphins now move into first place in the AFC East. So
Not
that's
if
the
the
Jets
Why
are
if
on
the
the
Jets win?
are the Jets on a bye?
the Jets are on the bye.
Okay.
So the Dolphins would technically
Wait,
be
who is
first
the Bills
place.
backup? I'm wondering who the Bills backup is.
It's Case Keenum.
Oh shit.
So Case
Yeah, I was
Keenum's
about
going to
to
be
say.
going versus like team that he pulled in
His
Trubisky's
old,
not-
his old team.
It was
Yep.
Trubisky last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Trubisky last year. But
If
I don't
Josh
know.
Allen plays, I'm taking the Bills by fucking 14 plus. Like I don't think the Vikings. I think the Vikings are good, but I don't think they're all that.
Yeah, honestly, I'll go same. If Josh Allen plays, I'll take the Bills. If he doesn't, I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'm not high on the Vikings. First of all, I'm not high on the Jets. I'll say that first of all. I'm not high on them at all. But the Vikings, I thought they would be good, so I'm high on them, but I'm not high on them as much as I thought they would be to start on the season, 8-1. If Josh Allen plays, I'll take Buffalo.
Two teams that beat you guys, by the way.
Two teams that beat our third string quarterback, actually. So
Okay, they still beat you.
Anyways, I'm going to take the Bills over the Vikings. I don't care if Josh Allen is playing or doesn't play. I'm still going to take the Bills. But that's the only thing I'm talking about. Jets are on the bye. My bad. I think the Vikings will do a good job of keeping this game close, but the Bills will take over in the end.
Yeah, I got the Bills. I think the Bills got this. All right, next game. You know what? Let's talk about this NFC North showdown. You know what I'm saying? We know what game this is. I'm gonna just kick my feet back and relax and say I told you so. You know what I'm saying? You guys can take it. Actually, just talk about the Lions and Packers. I just gotta go get some real quick. Yeah, just talk about this game real quick.
I'm honestly pissed off at Aaron Rodgers. Unacceptable, man. Like how, this season might be over for them. Unless Rodgers figures something out. This season's over for them. Kind of crazy how this team was considered one of the NFC's best, and now they might not even make the playoffs. It's crazy. Okay, but the Lions are still tanking. And yeah, it's just a disappointment. Like I'm just very shocked how the Packers lost this game. Kind of so shocks me. They have no receivers. Aaron Rodgers doesn't trust anybody, and now Aaron Jones is gone. If Aaron Rodgers finds a way to make the playoffs, this will be one of the greatest comeback stories of all time, But I just don't know how they make it back. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
I do agree.
Well, okay,
Oh,
Hudson. Let me just say this real quick. All right.
yeah.
All right. Well. Do y'all know what this is right here?
Oh my
The trash
God.
can.
A trash can. And that's what Aaron Rodgers is. Washed. He is done. And we exposed him. 3 interceptions. Was it 4? No, it was 3 interceptions, 2 of them to Kirby Joseph, Illinois' own. Yeah, man. Was I surprised? Fuck no. I picked the Lions to win this game. I knew the Packers were frauds. They're done, bro. The Packers are not going to win this division again for the next 10 years, bro. Like, this division is never going to be theirs in the next 10 years. Like, they had their nice run. It was cool to watch.
The run lasted like 20 years.
Yeah, they had their nice run, but it's done now because Aaron Rodgers is declining. They have fucking 0 options. Matt LaFleur is low-key getting exposed as well. I'm not going to lie. Matt LaFleur deserves a lot of the blame. Not many people are talking about Matt LaFleur because apparently he's this very accomplished coach. Matt LaFleur is getting exposed. Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, that was the duo. It's gone. Rodgers looks fraudulent without him. The only guy that he seems to trust is Lazard. I was watching this game. This dude did not throw to anyone else, bro. he had open ass receivers at times, and he threw to Lazard when he was being
It's because
doubled.
nobody else catches it. When they try to catch it, just doinks off their shoulders.
Well, that's why he's throwing fucking picks, bruh. Because he's throwing in double coverage all the time instead of throwing to an open receiver. Just
Yeah, and
because
open receivers who drop everything.
but that's not an excuse to throw into double coverage. I don't care. You like, bro. This is the fucking okay. Whether you like your receivers or not, that's the shit that you have in front of you. Okay, you can't fucking throw to someone who's being double teamed into double coverage and give up and throw 3 picks. We have the worst defense in the NFL. They made our defense look like fucking prime LOB. Like our defense was fucking dominating, bro. Aiden Hutchinson had a pick. Aiden Hutchinson had the first pick of his career, not NFL career, football career. Bro,
No way,
Aaron
really?
Rodgers, yes, he's never had a pick before. Aaron Rodgers gave that man his first pick. He's done. The Packers are done. We had I low-key like I don't really care if we won this, like, because I want a high pick, but it felt good beating this team, bro. Any NFC North team we beat, especially the fucking Packers, it feels good to beat. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers just look like a disgrace. What are they? They're 3-6 now, right?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
then this season, now this week you face the Cowboys, so you can basically put that down to 3-7.
Yeah, they're
After
losing
that, there's I don't think there's any way that the Packers can really make the playoffs. So it's looking like I do agree this division is done for them. I think it's basically going to be the Vikings for a couple of years. Then after that, it's going to be up to the Lions. Well, actually, I don't really know because I think the Vikings are going to have some type of quarterback that'll come in after that. But the Packers are going to be done. I think you got to trade Rodgers. I think LaFleur should be gone soon. And I think you kind of just do what Indianapolis is doing, go on a full fire sale, and kind of just reset things in Green Bay.
Honestly, fuck both of y'all. The Packers are beating the Cowboys this week. Book it. Book it. They have been playing so bad. They are so due. They are so due. It's happening this week. In Lambeau, it is so due. The Packers are winning.
I don't see it. Even if they wanted to play better. Another thing about this team is that they've had a ton of injuries as well. I don't know how many players left the game for them against us, but they had a shit ton of injuries. So if our defense looked good against them, the Cowboys defense is going to look elite. The Cowboys defense is very good.
Your defense didn't look good against them, okay? The Packers stymied you guys for 3 quarters.
Yeah, our offense didn't look good, but our defense did. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you're saying the Packers defense, or sorry, the Cowboys defense.
I'm saying the Cowboys defense is one of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying the fact.
I'm saying that Aaron Rodgers will figure it out. They understand that they only have one back to play with this week, and that's AJ Dillon. They're gonna play power run, and the Cowboys are more of a pass rushing team. And I think Green Bay just gets it done. They're just so due. Like, they are so due for a win.
I think Aaron Jones is going to play, by the way. That's what.
If he does too, then great. They're just so due.
Hudson, who do you
I'll
have?
tee it, man.
I have the Cowboys. You have the Cowboys, Hudson?
Yeah, I got the Cowboys.
All right. And then we play the Bears. Low key, like, this could go either way. The Bears have been looking pretty good. But I'm gonna just take the Lions. Like, it would be a very Lions thing to do to beat the Packers and then lose to the Bears. But I think we will get the job done against Chicago, especially because it's another week that as the weeks go by, this team gets healthier and Swift is very close to becoming 100%. So we've had Jamal Williams, like, he's been doing pretty well. Swift has like been like in and out because like he hasn't been 100%, so we haven't used him as much. But with 2 weeks under his belt after the bye week, I think this is the week for him. So I'm taking the Lions.
I'm taking the Bears. Justin Fields is going to have a massive field day. He will torch the Detroit Lions trash can defense.
If
I'm
he
taking
does,
the Bears.
that makes Aaron Rodgers look worse if he does. Because
It
Justin
doesn't-
Fields has the same amount of weapons.
I disagree, but
I'm gonna take the Bears. I think Fields is finally getting to the Bears are finally allowing Fields to do what he does best, and the Bears are starting to look like a competent team.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears won though. I think the Bears are actually a worse any team with a running QB is a bad matchup for us because running QBs are kind of our Achilles heel. So I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Fields had a good game. I'm just gonna stick with the Lions though. Moving on, let's talk about Tampa Bay against the Rams. Tay just had one of his worst moments in the chat when he talked about Tampa Bay's done and all this shit, and then they won the game.
because
Tom Brady.
bro, I have never seen
called
worse
it.
defense in my entire fucking life, man. What kind of defense is LA playing down the stretch? Prevent defense? A zone, prevent zone defense against the quarterback who's chewed zone defense for his entire life. It just does not make sense.
They should have won this game earlier. That pissed me off because of who was that motherfucker who jumped when he had an easy catch? Was that Scotty Miller? I think that was Scotty Miller.
In the
His
end
ass
zone.
pissed me off, bro. They should have won this game. I'm happy they won. Again, we have the Rams pick, so if they keep losing, I'm happy. But yeah, the Rams, man, they're 3-5. Their O-line looks terrible. Their run game looks terrible. I don't know what is the situation with Cam Akers. I know they were trying to trade him. He's still on the team. This dude had 5 carries for 3 yards. 5 carries for 3 yards, and then they didn't use him for the rest of the game.
Without Andrew Whitworth, they just don't look. The O-line does not look good. They lost
No.
Austin Corbett. They lost Andrew Whitworth. They just don't look the same.
Allen Robinson, again, doesn't look good. Cooper, it's literally been Cooper Kupp, and that's it. And then if Matthew Stafford has protection, he's been looking. If Matthew Stafford doesn't have protection, he's been looking like ass. So, and then the defense until the end was looking solid. Yeah, you mentioned at the end of the game they kind of sold the bag. Any thoughts, Hudson?
It was just I literally called it in the chat, but Tay just was like, "This game's over. The Rams are gonna win." I'm like, "Bro, try." As a Dolphins fan, I've seen Brady play my team twice a season since I was born. Like I know this dude too well. The Bucs aren't gonna go out that easy. They end up driving down and scoring a touchdown and winning the game. I'm not too surprised the Bucs won. Because I said that they would. I was the only one that said that they would win. I just thought it was due that they would win. I didn't really trust the Rams, especially with Kupp coming off his injury, even though he had a great game.
All right, we're getting down to the wire and recapping some of these games. Buccaneers versus Seahawks. I mean the Seahawks have been playing extremely well. Another win against the Cardinals. I feel like Tampa kind of has to win this one though. So I'm going with Tampa. Yeah, like even though they just won the last one, just to get to 500 and just secure that division, because yeah, it's been like way too close. So I'm going with Tampa.
I'm gonna take. There you go.
I'm going with Tampa as well. It just seems like a must-win game for them. Like you mentioned, Suhas, they need it. And I'm going to take them.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. Another great game last week. Like you said, the Bucs have been struggling this season, even though they were just able to win last week. But in Munich, it could really go either way. I'm gonna take the Seahawks though.
Yeah, okay. I got the Bucks here. Like I said, so we can move on to the next one. All right. Let's talk about this. Like, this one team played and the other team did not, because one of these teams are on a bye. But the Broncos versus Titans. If anyone wants to wonder whether I'm watching this game, the answer is hell no, because I'm never watching the fucking Broncos, bro. Fuck this team.
I may watch this game depending on who.
Thank God it's not on prime time.
I know.
Broncos, Titans. It's just so tough. I'm assuming you guys are picking the Broncos, but this is tough for me.
The Broncos?
I'm taking the Broncos.
Are you
Screw the
kidding me?
Titans.
I'm
I hate
taking the.
Titans.
I'm gonna take the Titans. I'm not gonna lie.
I hate the Titans. Go Broncos.
Wait, hold on. Wait, so to us, you're taking the Titans. Tejas, you're taking the Broncos.
Yes.
Well, I have to wait. I think I am. I just have to think about it real quick. Well, who are you taking?
I'm taking
I
the
think-
Broncos.
I'm taking the Titans easily. I don't even care who starts at quarterback. I think the Titans beat the Texans and they nearly beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead on Sunday night. I think they should easily be able to beat the Broncos.
Who is the favorite?
It
Probably
should
the
be
Titans. Probably the Titans.
Let me check. I
Oh,
can
are
check.
they actually
Let me check right now. Is it a home game for the Broncos?
the home game for Tennessee? So I guess it's the Titans. I don't know.
Easily
The Titans are only favored by 2.5 points.
I'm taking Trey Man just fell someone. I'm taking the Titans.
I'm taking the Broncos.
All right, moving on. We got let's talk about this Jaguars Chiefs game for the 10 seconds that we're gonna talk about this game. Let's just all pick the Chiefs right now so that we don't have to waste our time talking about the Jaguars.
I expect ETN to have a big game though.
ETN, yeah, ETN might. Hudson, who you got? The Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I don't think it should be much of a challenge.
New Orleans versus Steelers. Another
Give me
game that-
Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh.
Okay, I have to rant about Michael Thomas, bro. This dude is pissing me off with his fucking injuries, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? Bro, how does he miss the whole season because of a fucking a foot injury?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he's made of glass, and he's so talented too. That's what pisses me off.
He's literally slant man. What are you talking about?
No. That's just what casuals call him. He's not slanting.
No, he's slant man.
Nah.
Slant, drag, and tiny out man. That's what he is.
That's what they use him as, bro. He can do more than that. I'm taking the Saints though. I think the Steelers are some fucking hot garbage.
This is in Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken.
Shit could be in fucking Madagascar, bro. I'm not picking the Steelers.
Dude, Pittsburgh home crowd kind of goes wild sometimes.
It does, but they don't have the talent, bro. Like, who the fuck is on the Steelers that I'm trusting? Najee Harris looked like absolute dog water this year.
This might be Najee's breakout game. Not even going to cap. God damn, the Thunder suck.
I'm taking the Saints. Hudson, who do you got?
I'm taking the Saints in this one too. I really don't think it should be that. I'm definitely not going to be watching this game. But to us, you took the Saints.
I took the Saints. Yeah.
Tate took the Steelers.
I took the
Yeah.
Steelers.
All right.
All right. Next game we got. We didn't pick our Cardinals versus Rams. I think that's the last game we got to predict.
I'm taking the Rams. I think the Cardinals are frauds, like I've mentioned before.
Rams as well. It's at home, even though that doesn't really matter for the Rams, but they're still at home. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm not a fan of either of these teams. I don't think Kyler's the guy to win it for Arizona, but the Rams have just been awful this season. I don't think that really turns around all of a sudden. So not high on Arizona either, but I think that they'll pull it out.
All right, and I think that is the last of the games. Let me just double check real quick to see if I didn't miss anything. Nope, that is it. So we predicted all the games. It's time to give players of the week. All right, last week. Anyone want to start off with NFC, offensive and defensive?
I'll go. For
Go for
NFC offense player of the week, I'm gonna go with, if it's a winning player, I'll go with Kenneth Walker. If we're going off of just plain old stats, Justin Fields. But since he got the win, I'm gonna take Kenneth Walker. Had a huge game for the Seahawks, able to take the upset over the Cardinals, if it even was. I'm not too sure. And I'm sure that I'm taking someone's pick here. But for NFC defensive player of the week, I'm gonna go with Kirby Joseph, who put on a show.
Why, bro? What?
He put on his show against the Packers. as a rookie. I think he's making his case for defensive rookie of the year, but it shouldn't even be defensive rookie of the year isn't even a debate. So
Yeah, it's not. NFC. This guy took both of my fucking picks. So, all right, fuck it. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Okay. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson. Low key, like he just had a really good first half. I don't watch the end of that game. I just watched the first half, and he was going nuts. But I'm assuming he had over 100 yards. Yeah, he did. I'm going. Yeah, I'll go with Justin Jefferson, and then the Defensive Player of the Week. Pretty tough. You know, a lot of players had good defensive weeks. Okay, I'll go with the what's this guy's name? Ah shit, this guy's an AFC player. That's why I was like, bro, Sauce Gardner does not play the NFC.
I'll just go ahead with my
Yeah,
picks.
go ahead. I still have to find one. Go ahead.
My NFC Offensive Player of the Week is quite clearly, it's since you went on Justin. I was gonna say Justin Fields, but I'll take somebody else. I'll take Dallas Goddard.
I didn't
Had a
take
big game.
Justin Jefferson.
Dallas Goddard had a big game against the Texans. And then my NFC Defense Player of the Week, what's his face? From
what
Micah
team?
Parsons. Micah Parsons didn't play this week. So give me Shaq Barrett, I think. Hold on. Give me just a second.
Rotate.
No, my bad. Yes, that's my bad. Give me Jordan Hicks from the Minnesota Vikings.
I was gonna take Jordan Brooks from the Seahawks. So when you said Jordan, I was like, I'm taking Jordan Brooks. It was between him and Kobe Bryant for the Seahawks. AFC.
I'll just go first on this. AFC.
Oh, you want to hear?
Okay, all three of us. Let's just go ahead and say the name for Offense Player of the Week. Joe Mixon. And then Defense Player of the Week, I'll take Sauce Gardner.
I'll take Matthew Judon.
And those were literally the only two guys that were valid to take. I mean, there's not a guy on the Dolphins that I could take. I'll go with Khalil Mack. He had a pretty clutch, like, forced fumble late in that Falcons game that basically got the Chargers the win. Nothing too impressive, but he was able to have a huge impact on that Chargers win over the Falcons. So yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't go with the ref who didn't call the PI.
Okay, well then I might as well have gone with Xavier Howard for the blown call interception.
There was no blown call, but
There was.
All right, predictions for next week. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I was looking at Week 11. I was like Jets Patriots. What? NFC Offensive Player of the Week for next week. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go with CMC. CMC against the Chargers. And then Defensive Player of the Week. I'm going to go with. I'll go with Levante David against the Seahawks.
Fair.
NFC Offense Player of the Week, I'm taking Justin Fields. And then NFC Defense Player of the Week. Micah Parsons gets 2 sacks every single week, so give me Micah Parsons.
My NFC Offensive Player of the Week is going to be Saquon Barkley, and my defense is going to be Trevon Diggs. And then for AFC Offensive Player of the Week, I'll finish it off. Saying Patrick Mahomes will have another great week. And for Defense Player of the Week, I'm going to go with Bradley Chubb, finally having his breakout game as a Miami Dolphin.
You picked Michael Parsons to win Defensive Player of the Week, but you have the Packers winning.
I have the Packers winning. Parsons will still have 2+ sacks because he just gets it every week. That's how good he is.
Okay. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams. I think he has back-to-back games against the Colts. I think the Colts and the Jags. Or who did they play last week? Yeah, it was the Jags. And then AFC Defensive Player of the Week. This is pretty tough, but seeing as Russell Wilson plays, I'm gonna go with someone against him. I'm gonna go Kevin Byard. I think he's gonna get a pick, and he's gonna get some tackles. So I think he's gonna win this defensive player of the week.
For me, AFC Offense Player of the Week, I'm going to give it to Austin Eckler against the 49ers. And my AFC Defense Player of the Week, give me Von Miller. I think he tortures Kirk Cousins all day.
All right, and those are our predictions. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. As always, please make sure that you guys remember that Aaron Rodgers is a trash can. Peace.